Hey, welcome to Daddy-O Patio. Oh my god, I had a Nerf gun under my bed this whole time. What the fuck have I been doing with my life? Right now I'm perched on my windowsill naked with just a blanket, looking out the window at the snow. And it's the day after Mardi Gras, so my body is just, destroyed. And I don't know. Supposedly we're making 10-minute episodes, so this is my episode. What to talk about? Well, how about we talk about owls? Most birds, they're outside during the day singing, but not the owl. The owl is in his tree at night catching moths, or not moths, but rats or mice with its fangs. They don't have fangs. Fuck owls, okay? Owls are fucking terrible. Yeah. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna take calls now. I don't even know what year it is. My fucking mind. Seriously, I went in every intersection of the goddamn city yesteryear. I don't even know what the hell is going on. I'm in a goddamn dream right now. And, I don't know. But, shit. What to talk about when you're by yourself? Well, let's talk about paint. Let's talk about paint drying on the wall. Yeah, it takes a while. Sometimes people put fans out to, get the air going on the paint so it dries quicker. And it depends on what color you got. Red tends to dry a little quicker than black. And, I don't know. It's just, it's all in the science of the colors. But yeah, and also if you're painting over another layer, sometimes it takes longer to dry because it's on another layer. Yeah. So, that's paint for you, you know? Paint will get you. It'll get you good. So anyway, looking at my window, I'm seeing trees. Does a tree make a sound if you don't hear it? Or if you're not around? Do you hear it? Fall? I don't know. All I know is that, freaking shit, man. I got nothing to say. I got nothing. But, trying to think of some of the things that happened yesterday. I don't know. I just slithered through the streets like a damn anaconda. I strangled a dad in front of his ancestors. And, unhinged my jaw and swallowed him whole in front of everybody. Because, I was hungry. You get really hungry there. I feel like all my money got fucking, stolen or taken or disappeared. But it's probably because I got blackout drunk. And I spent it all on alcohol, food. And, so yeah. That's probably where it actually is. Let's see what time I'm at. It's fucking shit. I have 3 minutes and 44 seconds. You gotta be kidding me. I got 6 more minutes of doing this shit. Yeah, so what's your favorite animal? You like manatees? Manatees are interesting because just look at them. They're like whales in fresh water. They're just smaller whales that you can keep in an aquarium. And I don't know why anybody hasn't done that yet, because I feel like that's a good animal to have. What am I sitting on? I think I'm sitting on a goddamn butcher's knife. Dude, I was sitting on a cleaver. But yeah, they should freaking do that. A manatee in an aquarium is probably the coolest thing you could ever have in your house. Any house guest you have over will be like, wow, that's really great that you have that, and your house is better than mine. But yeah, another interesting thing is, like seals can come out onto the shore, Manatees can't. They live in the water their whole lives. But they're not like, I mean, whales do that too, but whales are more fish-like. But manatees are like almost like seal-like, but they have to stay in the water the whole time because their bodies are useless on land. And all they do is just eat algae and shit. And I don't know. So it'd be cool to see one on the shore and see how it handles itself. I think that'd be really interesting. Unlike this goddamn episode. But yeah, I digress. I digress. I digress. Looking at my my freaking bug stopper on my window, my screen, and that's pretty cool that it does that for me, because I hate bugs. Oh, I don't hate them, but I hate when they crawl in my goddamn ear while I'm sleeping at night and whisper things. I fucking hate that. Or when they, like, spiders bite your feet for no apparent reason. There's no reason behind it except that they're evil. Whenever I went to the Lake of the Ozarks as a kid, I'd always wake up with spider bites all over my feet. And, completely uncalled for. I didn't do anything to the spiders. I mean, it's ridiculous they would resort to using their goddamn fangs on my skin. I'm a human being, and they're going to use their fucking teeth on me? Like, come on, have some goddamn morals. You fucking psychopaths. Biting people? Really? It's unbelievable. That's what I mean, spiders. If you ever see a spider, you punch it straight into the ground, and you don't feel nothing over it. Because that spider, if it was bigger, it would kill you and not even feel anything about it. It would wrap you up, and your freaking jerking body would be in a damn web ball. And you'd be jerking around and being like, help me, please. And then it'll stick its teeth in you and suck your juices out till you're dry like a raisin. And all your fucking memories are gone. It ate your memories. It sucked them up like protein. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're a damn raisin sitting in a web. And when your family finds you, they're going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck happened to him? He's a goddamn raisin. We can't even have an open casket. My boss is going to be at the funeral. I can't have him see my son like this. We need a goddamn mortician to put the makeup on better, because I will not have my son looking like a raisin at his open casket funeral. And your dad's hairline will recede 3 inches before the funeral because he's all upset about it. And it'd just be a whole lot of drama over, a whole lot of, shit over shit. But yeah, I need to change my goddamn position. Oh man, I got bruises all over my body. I do remember last night being at Venice Cafe and freaking talking, or this like first like we were dancing, like I got everybody in the whole bar. Everybody was just sitting listening to like this like folk band, and I started spinning in circles and jerking around, and everybody started dancing along with me. Dude, it was fucking awesome. It was the coolest fucking thing, and I don't know, it was great. I then went upstairs and this like just talked with some people in this like hunting lodge looking room. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what about though, but just a bunch of shit. I think this gay guy was trying to convince me that like I should at least try anal with another man and see how it is. And I was just like, no, I'm straight, man. I'm sorry. He's like, you'd really appreciate it more. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm straight, so I'm not into that. And I don't know. He was telling everybody. He was telling like, I don't know. He was a cool guy, but it was a weird conversation. Yeah, what else happened? I feel like, man, I had so many stranger conversations that freaking, I feel like I talk with so many fucking people. I kissed humans that I never will see again. Oh my God. I think I tried to buy a lap dance with a gas card. That's what it came to, man. I was in every part of the city, bouncing back and forth. Man, my never go to Mardi Gras with a credit card in your pocket because you don't think about what paying it off in the future. Like that's something that doesn't occur to you. Like you just use it because it's a fucking piece of plastic that can take you anywhere. It can take you to your dreams, and yeah, leave it at home, cash only. Otherwise, it's all over. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh shit, we're over 10 minutes. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me on my section. Daddy-o patio.
All right, folks. Welcome to my, I guess, little blip of the solo episode. Let me go ahead and get around this guy right quick. I'm going real slow on the highway. So get on your headphones, man. Come on. You get with it. Speaking of annoying episodes last week, road trips suck. So annoying. Anyway, driving back from New Orleans right now. I got about 7 hours ahead of me, heading straight into the polar vortex right now. It's gonna suck. It's 80 degrees currently where I'm at. About to be ice and snow when I wind up in St. Louis. Not looking forward to it. But you do what you gotta do. Gotta get home. It is Sunday. I drove into New Orleans on Thursday. Visited my boy, AK-47, Adam Campen. What a host. Give him a good, solid shout out here. Did it right. Did me good. Hopped in on Thursday. Chilled real hard when I hopped in. Had it sitting on deck for me. What a dude. And then we just did it. Just did Mardi Gras. So he lives in a place in New Orleans called Uptown. There's a parade there every damn night, if not more than one. And we just did it. I got introduced, did the whole thing, had some drink, got wild, got rowdy. It was great, wonderful. And just did that for like 4 days, and now I gotta go home. And it kinda sucks, because it was a good time. I would not hate to live in New Orleans. I just wanted to say that right here. Might even be contemplating a move down to New Orleans now. Just saying. Living real good down there. What else did we do? Had really good breakfasts every day. Had like the best coffee with some salmon grilled cheese sandwiches with eggs on them. Just real good southern cooking. Hooked it up right. But that was the peak of mealtime. Every day was breakfast, and it just went downhill from there. Scrounging for gas station food by dinner time. It was rough, but you just gotta pull your belt loop up and just get it. What else I have to say about New Orleans? It's a great place, man. It really is. I was surprised at how not chipper it was, because the 2 weeks of partying down there, parades left and right, drinking left and right, herds of people left and right, but nobody's fighting, nobody's yelling. I mean, there are a few fights, I guess, here and there, but everybody knows what's happening. Nobody wants to be that guy down there, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Whereas St. Louis, you squeeze it into Saturday, and people are just waiting to yell at each other and talk about how big their egos are. And people don't do that down there. It's nice. A little southern hospitality for you. But, yeah, it's a long, drawn-out event. People always talk about St. Louis being a big Mardi Gras, myself included, because I really thought it was, but it's a big step down from New Orleans. They're doing parades and getting it for 2 weeks, and we just squeeze it into a Saturday morning and pass out by 5 o'clock. So if you ever want to do it right, go to New Orleans. Or I guess you could go to Brazil, which I found out as well. Carnival. Get it in. Got pretty. I kind of had my mind blown a little bit down there. I'll say that much. Always comes with traveling, which I think I realize I really like traveling a lot now because I haven't done it in a while. But just a good solid change in viewpoint, I guess, or perception. Just see how other people be living and reflect on your own situation, I guess. Just see where you're at. But I don't know. I met a lot of new people, a lot of cool people. Was told some things about myself I didn't know. Was perceived differently than I thought I was being perceived. Not a bad thing. Good eye opener. I think everybody needs that. You know, just find out what the world's thinking about you, and then don't give a shit about it. So that's good. Discovered that if you say, know what I'm saying, after literally anything, you can say anything, it'll get people on board with you. You can be like, take a shot of this awful drink, know what I'm saying? Or this is great, know what I'm saying? And people will just get it. It's all about the demeanor, for sure. My cast. Anyway, still driving. Not going to be home for a while. Already running out of stuff to talk about. Pretty bored. Pretty boring. I apologize for the very monotone, bored-sounding voice that you're having to put up with right now. My throat is just gone. It doesn't exist. Filled to the brim with just dirty grit, mucus, just nastiness. So, apologies for that one. I don't know. I guess we could talk about Daddy. I guess I can talk about Daddy O Patio. Well, I don't really want to talk about Daddy O Patio, to be honest. I don't really know what other people are going to talk about, but DP not where it needs to be right now. And some people need to handle some shit, if you know what I'm saying. So get on it. Drop some DP stickers off in New Orleans, though. So if you out there trying to get them Louisiana listeners, so tell your boys, tell your girls, be peeping the stickers. Look out for them. But yeah, Daddy O Patio needs to step the game up, in my opinion, at least. See what we're working with here. Got another 4 to kill. Getting back to New Orleans, the houses are beautiful. You can tell that city's seen some shit, man. Like, it's rough. It's rough around the edges, but goddamn, it'll melt your heart. Like, so much like diversity in all the like buildings and houses. It's amazing. But one common theme is a good solid porch. Gotta have me a porch on whatever house I'm getting. I'm loving the southern porch. Good stoop goes a long way. So hopefully you're on the same page, because if not, that's a bummer. But gotta have a porch. Gotta have a balcony. Balconies are killing it. Love a good balcony. A little cup of coffee and some people watching never did nobody wrong. Just basking in the sun. So that was awesome. Wouldn't hate to live in New Orleans. I'm just saying. Might be planning a move down to New Orleans. We'll see. Did me right. Made an impression. So somebody did something right down there. But it's a tough ass city. It's real small, but pretty damn awesome. So shout out to New Orleans. What else? So my birthday is this week. Turned 24 on, I think, Wednesday. It's kind of sad. I don't even know which day. It's the 5th. So, you know, if you wanna wish a brother a happy birthday, I wouldn't hate it. Love to hear from you. But I feel like that's the thing I'll be celebrating least here in the next couple weeks, and that's kind of, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, birthday just snuck up on me, not really thinking it's a big deal. So I don't know if that's just part of getting old or what, but I don't know, maybe I'm just having too much fun in other areas of my life. Like, hit New Orleans this weekend, might be making a quick and dirty trip up to Chicago and South Bend next weekend, we'll see. And then we've got a Loss of Innocence reunion up in New York with Cobra and Andy James, so we're going to do a big up in NYC. So you best be looking for me. If you're in any of those aforementioned places, I better be seeing you. So yeah, a good solid, this tour of America coming up, and I'm so ready for it. Really liking it. Really liking meeting the new people. So hopefully I see you. That's about all I got. It's getting pretty boring. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. But Daddy Patio, keep listening to it. I hope it gets better for you. Wouldn't hate a TV show. It's coming. Be ready for it. The male version of The View plus Whoopi Goldberg. Tell your friends about it. Post some stickers up. Give us some calls. I don't know. Just keep it real. Do you, Dolo. Dads only live one time. Shout out to you know who. And the motto, the tagline from this whole trip, figure it out when it happens. That's it.
Yeah! Okay, that wasn't that celebratory. That was the sound of
that was the sound of a fuckboy.
That was the sound of some Andres. What is this, Brut or Spumante?
Extra dry.
Extra dry champagne, because we are right now pouring up mimosas, as you can hear, in the elevator shaft of a building in Brooklyn, and it's very dark.
A pitch black freight elevator covered in dirt.
Yeah, it's one of the dirtiest places I've been.
I'm sitting on a cinder block.
Me too.
Jared's sitting on a cinder block.
You guys are sitting on some
Sideways,
drywall.
vertical, and it's a skinny one. It's some of the most dangerous shit I've ever seen.
Sideways vertical.
And okay, so also this week, I don't have to explain it, but so I'm in an elevator shaft and I'm joined by Mackenzie Marks,
What's up?
Ashy Diamond,
Hello.
and Jared Johnson.
What's up?
And we are in an elevator shaft in Brooklyn, New York, drinking mimosas post brunch. How does everybody feel?
I feel great.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this shit.
We got so one thing that a lot of people don't understand and don't invite into their lives enough is brunch. And I really enjoy myself every Sunday. I look forward to it. Today I would not have gotten out of bed, but it gets you out of bed to hang.
You were actually running right straight out of bed.
Yeah, I actually woke up to I missed brunch, the brunch that I planned. That I was late to the brunch I planned by an hour.
I feel like it was partially my fault because I made it earlier than we're used to.
Yeah.
I feel like noon made people uncomfortable with how early it was. for brunch.
Noon
I
is
was
too
thinking
early.
Well, we should talk about that because I think that people think of brunch as being much earlier than it is in New York. Like, it's fucking 1 o'clock.
No,
you know?
people
Like,
are
it's
brunching
not-
at like
That's not even.
early.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not even-
That's still
that's a
like-
late lunch.
Yeah.
Like we're between lunch and dinner.
That's
Really?
We're
yeah,
winners.
and then a true brunch should be around I would say
That's
like
a sweet spot.
2:00, 3:00. That's the sweet brunch spot. That's just when you need your eggs and your
Well,
mimosas in you.
I like to go right before they close so that you make everyone stay later than they expected to.
You're an ass.
But we should also talk about how we started doing the brunch extension, and this is the scariest fucking brunch extension that we've ever done.
This is the
And it's
scariest
in a freight
brunch
elevator.
extension.
This is really great. Like, there's really. How would you describe this thing? Like, I'm not saying like describe.
You
the
know,
actual
like
scenery.
I've never really had the opportunity, but like
If you had
dank,
one. What?
dank,
Dank?
Dank.
dank.
You
No,
say
it's too
this is
dry.
dank?
It's too dry
Like
to be
dank?
dank.
No.
No, man, I feel some wetness in here.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
I
dank.
feel some wetness.
Yeah,
And
it's a
I
little-
rarely am in a place because I'm not in caves a
But this is
lot.
like
But this is
chocolate.
the closest to like a man-made cave that I feel like I've ever been in.
I feel like another thing that's weird about it is like I feel like I'm in the skeleton of an elevator because like every other elevator is like has to be in it, like they have to keep it in theme with the building. So like you step into the elevator at the bank, you expect like some,
Yeah, it's like
maybe
it's almost
some,
like a
like-
room that moves.
yeah,
This is
some
just,
like gold and maybe some fuzzy walls, maybe a mirror on the ceiling.
this thing is
I love
made-
when there's a mirror on the ceiling of an
Fuzzy
elevator.
walls.
There's definitely like a
When do you-
cinematic like.
Wait,
aspect
where
of
have you
this
had
shit, though.
fuzzy walled
Yeah,
elevators?
come
Oh, I've been in a damn fuzzy walled elevator. I have. There's been fuzz on the walls, man.
Fuzz.
There's
sounds
also
so
been
comfy.
there's actually like I see mats hanging a lot in elevators, and it's for people that like
Dude,
move in and out,
fuck,
which
I
I feel
just-
like that would be appropriate in
Oh,
here,
yeah.
but instead it's just
That gets
creepy
real
as shit.
dirty.
I should bring this up because I had this thought while I was at work this week. I was in an elevator and it was just like a nice normal elevator, but it had one of those like poles in the back, right? You know how if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
in an
to
elevator
lean.
and it's crowded, you lean up against it.
Oh, yeah.
This one is like a metal pole, but they wrapped it in like leather. And I was feeling it and I was thinking about like I'm touching this, and this touches people's asses all day long.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it
Absorbs it,
touches.
too.
Like
Dirty
Yeah.
no one's
sponge.
hands, no one. It's just like the part of people you wouldn't want to just go up and
But-
grab is their ass.
Here's something though.
I would
You
love to grab ass.
Yeah,
What are you
come
talking about?
Yeah.
well, it depends on who. I'm not just like.
I mean,
It's not just any ass.
yeah, this is like anonymous ass.
Screw up.
This is something Jared said earlier. You said that you fuck with yogurt because you need bacteria.
Yeah.
And that's actually a good thing. Like, I mean, yogurt bacteria is different than ass
Yeah,
on
no, I'm
leather
not trying
and
to
elevator
link the leather
bacteria.
pole of the ass.
I think I'm a lot
It is good
healthier
for your
than
immune
I think.
system,
Yeah,
though.
I think I'm a lot healthier than a lot of people because I was a dirty child and I'm a dirty adult. So like it's
My immune system
Carries
has
over.
seen some shit.
That's,
Dude,
Yeah,
like,
That's why you just gotta lick the handrails on the subway. Like
I get over
Exactly.
sickness pretty
Well, for
quickly,
the-
and I rarely
for the-
do get sick. And I
For
it's
the
just 'cause,
intellectual-minded listener, we should recommend reading Michael Pollan, who writes about this. He wrote in the New York Times a big article about bacteria. And the thing is, like with the American diet, you get so much sterile shit. Everything's been cleaned, and it's like has no bacteria at all. 'Cause you
Yeah,
get out
give me
of
the
a
dirt.
box
Like,
and-
give me the worm in
Yeah.
my apple. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I once licked George Washington's grave.
You licked it?
I licked it.
What
I
kind of
licked
bacteria do you think that had on it?
Historical bacteria.
Presidential
Well,
bacteria.
didn't he have
He had
he had
wooden
wooden
teeth.
teeth, so he probably had like termites and stuff.
You know, I can't
Ooh,
say
yeah.
whether
not
or not
termites.
he
Termites
had
is not in
termites.
a. Termites is-
That's
Mouse
crazy.
termites.
That's fur.
I want mouse
what is
termite.
what's the bug that goes into wood?
Termites.
It is termites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought animals had
You
termites.
know what's crazy? Like when you think, when you
They
think
got
back,
wooden teeth. They do.
Those are mites.
Yeah, if animals have wooden
Skin
teeth,
mites.
they probably have termites.
Jared, what were you trying to say?
when you think back in history and like I guess like things go in and out of style, but like you have like presidents that used to wear wigs and have wood teeth and shit, and they still like got bitches. Like that's fucked
Yeah.
up. Like
Oh,
I can't
imagine how
do
they
that.
smell.
No, we've actually talked about this on Daddy O Patio before. It's like that was it's just awesome. Like because there was like I feel like communication was different then, so everybody went off of like what they thought was awesome.
Right.
And so all these dudes are sitting around like, you know, it'd be sick if I had some flowing fucking silver hair that like wasn't even mine. I
Yeah.
just put it on every morning and like a
Powder
frilly
it.
ass collar, and I pull up my socks all high and stuff. Like everybody just thought that was sick, so
And-
they
and
went
if-
out. Like,
And if everyone does
I
it, you gotta
could
do
still
it.
think
Yeah,
that was sick.
and back
That's pretty
then,
socially acceptable, though. I mean, that was expected of you to wear one.
and another thing
Otherwise,
is,
you were trash.
it was
Yeah.
like more okay like to get with like some slightly fat people or something because it was good. It was
No.
like that's a
Oh,
mark
yeah,
of
'cause you're
health.
healthy.
That was a mark
Yeah.
of a healthier
It's wealth.
woman
It's
and
about
the-
Yeah,
being
access to
yourself.
resources.
Yeah.
And if they had those baby bearing hips, that's what you
Oh
wanted.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, squishy and protective.
But I mean, this goes on both sides, like
She
dudes
could beat
and
up guys
chicks.
for you.
You could get
If
with like
you were
a fat,
skinny wig wearing.
yeah, you
fuck
get with a
boy.
fat bald dude with a frilly ass collar and like a silver wig with glasses on, and you'd be like hyped
killer.
on his
Well,
beer belly. You know
what?
Like
Yeah.
Ben
You know what?
Franklin.
I think my friend Travis said it best once. You brought up beer belly, and I think people should be proud because that's a lot of memories there.
Yeah, it's an achievement.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what
an achievement.
Action Bronson said about Schoolboy Q getting fat? He
What's that?
said he's getting fat because he's eating. That's a problem that bosses have.
Yeah, Action
And
Bronson.
Action Bronson's right.
You see him in like Bird on a Wire. You see him now. He is so much bigger.
Yeah, dude, I see
Like he was
his,
always a big guy, but he's doubled.
I see his fat as like an accessory. It's like him
Oh, it
showing
is.
his wealth to you.
Yeah.
That like lion beard and that
Gorgeous.
like ridiculous fat.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, he's
Gorgeous.
You
gorgeous.
see this? Gorgeous.
Dude, this isn't the first time we've brought up Action Bronson on Daddy or Patio.
I don't
It's
care.
been
He
on
should be.
several
He should
episodes.
be. He should be brought up a lot. He's.
Yeah, and I'll tweet to him again about this. That dude gets universal love. Everybody loves that guy.
There's no way you can hate him.
He's fat with
I
a
mean-
huge beard. He's hilarious, and he's good at what he does.
Did you see the video of him like pushing the security guy?
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
beat up the security guy
You
or
should
pushed him
watch-
down
He has a video. It's called Adventure
because
Time
he was
with-
smoking and the guy like swatted his face.
Adventure Time with Action Bronson is showing him like out in like New Zealand on a boat. They like cook like.
Oh, is that when he swan dives?
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. He's like.
It wasn't that bad.
No,
He
man,
was
he
like-
had impressive form.
Yeah, he was like,
Probably better than I could do.
none of you motherfuckers are more athletic than me.
Yeah.
He's
good.
a good guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen a lot of shows in New York City, and like nobody gets the love he gets. Like even the biggest fucking names, nobody gets the love he gets
Yeah.
because everybody
Dude,
knows.
there was
like,
not
once
a
it comes
frown
out,
at that.
Yeah, we
show.
went to the Bushwick Block Party, and there were people that opened up before him that were like, I guess they were like local people that everyone
Yeah.
knew. I don't really know.
I
don't
didn't know
remember
them
who
at
they
all.
were.
They were like this weird super group,
Yeah, but
but they
And they got plenty of love, but Action Bronson got all the love.
He came out and it was unanimous.
But we don't need to be so specific about our interests. You know, I mean. So what else is good? What do you guys enjoy? How do you feel right now?
I feel elated.
I feel good.
I feel really good. See, and I also feel like the way I feel about this environment has completely changed since the beginning when we were in silence, ready to record.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've had more alcohol than.
yeah,
Your eyes
we've
have
been
adjusted
drinking
to the
this
light.
bubbly, which has been helping,
Your
but
butt has adjusted to the cold.
yeah,
Cold butts.
I feel like
I feel as sparkly as this bubbly now. So,
yeah, I'm almost as bubbly as this bubbly.
I'm not gonna lie, this was a terrifying experience when we first came into this elevator.
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
Terrible.
I loved it. Being in a really dark, tiny, moving room.
Now this is a
There's
lesson.
a rare time
love
you
it.
grab someone out of sheer fear, and Jared and I went right towards each other.
I'm not trying to die alone. I would I would make sure that I bring somebody with me.
Yeah, no,
I ain't trying to
It's
die
gonna be
alone.
2 reported dead.
You ain't going down by yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't having a solo funeral.
Wait. So
Two
you're
people,
suggesting
one casket.
just because they died together, they get to
If
get
you
buried
died
together.
in the same event, like you have to get buried together.
Like a whole plane crash,
like a
it's just
piano?
one long ass casket in the
They
shape
just
of a
turned
plane.
the plane, into a wooden plane. It's horrible.
Everybody's laid up, dude.
I want to be like let out
In the
into the water
formation
on
of
a
the
funeral
Sims.
barge that lights on fire, with like, float your body
Yeah.
out and light you on fire in
But
a
where
barge.
does that go? I feel like that's got to drift on like some fucking like
Oh
like,
no, dude! If
beach
I am not
somewhere.
in your food, if my body does not disintegrate and get into someone else's food, I will have failed.
See, the whole thing is like
You-
some
oh, 'cause
weird
you wanna
shit's
be in
gonna
the
happen to your
soil.
I want
body.
to be in the soil. I want to be back into the fruit, and
Yeah.
I want like some third grader
I
to
agree.
eat me in Montana.
I want to turn up as a turnip.
Yeah, turn up as a turnip.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I see. Like, I feel like no matter what, when you die, some weird shit's gonna happen to your body. And so the reason people think it's respectful to bury someone is because it's like, oh, we don't have to see what weird shit's gonna go
Oh
on.
no, I want to
So
know
you
about
put
it.
him up on a cliff, he's gonna get picked apart by ravens.
Did
Oh,
you
that's
hear about?
awesome.
Did
I
you
wanna
hear
do
about the
that.
guy in Missouri who got buried on his Harley? Like a clear.
Yeah, sitting up on his Harley.
It was like a clear, like a Pope mobile.
They had to
that
bury that
him
shit
down.
like 12 feet deep. Like,
And he's just like sitting up in his leather on his Harley.
that dude's definitely going to hell.
on his Harley though, he's got a good ride there.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it as
That's
like a
the
bad
And like as soon as he goes underground, the Harley starts up and he just rides right out.
fuel with the fires of hell.
Yes.
Damn.
God,
Dude,
I want that.
and everybody knows that the gates of hell, are over the top, they have a sign and it's in Comic Sans.
No, dude, it's in Papyrus.
Yeah,
now.
you
It's
know
in
you're in hell
Papyrus.
if you get there and there's a sign that says "Welcome to Hell" in Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Comic Sans is the least respectable font.
I really think
Yes.
Papyrus
Not
is
even-
weird.
not even-
Remember we were
I
talking
would
about-
rather see a sign written in like wingdings than I would rather.
I'd sooner read
My mom's
a resume
entire
of
phone
wingdings
is in
than
I'd be like,
Comic
Sans.
Sans.
yeah.
No, we brought this up because I was walking in Nolita, the neighborhood in New York, and there was like some, there's always scaffolding up because New York is always under construction. Some shit's always
New York's
being-
constantly under construction.
It is.
And like there was a sign on where they normally like put up post no bills, There was a sign that said, "Please don't graffiti this wall" in Comic Sans. And like you walk and you look at the wall and it's covered with fucking graffiti,
'Cause
which
no
is
respect.
hilarious, But it's
Yeah.
like you probably, if you wrote that
Well, they
in
thought-
Times New Roman, it probably would have commanded some
Yeah.
respect. Like,
Well, like Comic Sans, I don't know if you're like trying to look like it's handwritten. Like I don't really know what it's like going
Yeah.
for. Like
It was from it was like this like kids program that invented it, so it was easy for them to read based on the way it was written.
I,
no serifs.
I wish I could.
It was
Stupid.
easy for them to copy it, and so it was from like a kids program. Why do I know that?
I've seen like.
I'm glad you do because now I know it.
There you go.
I've seen like Droid phones where they have like weird ass font for like all the
Yeah.
text and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's like that could make me
My
not
mom
take
has
anything seriously. Like it'd be like, Andy, I've got cancer and I can only live for another day. And it's like in
You're like-
Comic Sans, I'm like, that's so silly. Like, you know what
My
I
mom's
mean? It's good to take it
entire
seriously.
operating system is in Comic Sans. The
And it's
entire thing.
not okay.
Everything, even
You're-
web,
dude,
even online.
You gotta have
everything
more
is.
respect for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You got to feel these emotions. Comic
It's true.
Sans is
like a
for those who are
barrier.
afraid to feel. They're trying to make everything a
It's
silly
like
joke.
elevator pattern.
And everything is a silly joke.
And
And I don't
everyone-
need Comic Sans to remind me of that shit,
No.
so fuck it.
Everybody knows the
I
importance
want
of font.
my lines hard.
If
I
you've
don't want
ever
them
read
so
the New York
rounded.
Times, you understand the importance of font.
Jared, you
that
said-
shit's incredible.
You said something that was genius. We were talking about resumes, and you like interview people for work and stuff. And you said if Hotmail is on your resume, you're out of touch.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I'm glad you said that because I changed my Hotmail account for that same reason.
Wait,
Because
my mom
honestly,
checks
it
her
was.
Hotmail account on her Comic Sans phone.
Oh.
But she's a mom. She's a
Dude,
mom.
see, the thing that made me change Hotmail, I went to Gmail because, like, first of all, I can't be using like Kenzie2405 as like my professional email. Like some people have so funny of like email addresses that I can't believe you don't just change it to your name.
Yeah,
But
sweetie,
it
pie,
like pained me every time I said my
69420.
email out loud. Just like the name, I didn't care, but saying Hotmail, like in
Yeah,
the
that shit's mad embarrassing.
Hotmail. Like I was like, I might as well just say AOL. Like that's the funniest is when someone has
I've
AOL.
seen
No,
that.
if someone's
I've
got
seen that
AOL,
too.
then they've got commitment. You know, they're
Yeah,
sticking
they
to
stuck
it.
That's
with it.
actually true. That is something that you can read
Like,
in an
yeah.
AOL user. Is
Yeah.
commitment.
I didn't even know AOL was
They're
still
loyal.
a company until we had their company party at my work.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Do they
I
have
remember.
discs still that they sell?
Yeah,
That's-
that's
6.0 discs.
Yeah.
I'm post disc. I don't fuck with discs.
I don't have a way to disc.
Don't send me a disc. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
I got no ports for that shit.
Some people gave me a mixed disc and I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I had to nix it.
I do.
Oh.
that reminds me of the guys that like will try to sell you a mixed CD, you know, on the street. They'll be like, yo, you should take the CD and like it's me rapping. I made all the beats, you know, all of this shit. And
Man, I
then it's
don't
like
wanna
you're
pay-
like, all right, I'll take it. And he's like, but I'm gonna need like $15.99.
Yeah, I don't want that shit. And I really do want to take their discs and listen to them because I'm interested in that.
But, like,
but then
don't
as
tell
soon
me
as you
it's
ask me
free.
for money and try to pretend like you weren't going to ask me for money, then you've lost my respect, and I'm
Hare
not
Krishna,
interested.
the guys
anymore.
do that with the books too. They're
Yeah,
like
they
inner
do.
peace, yoga, all this, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
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 sure,
come
I'll
to me.
take this.
Do you
Come to
guys,
me with some
do
spiritual
you guys
shit
see those
and
signs
ask
that
for my
say
money.
like, "What can God do for you?" Like, have you seen those ones that are in the subway?
Oh yeah, they have the little stand
I can't tell what they're for. Do you know what I mean? Like,
for selfish
I
thoughts.
just couldn't tell if it's like. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's like trying to put God on me or it's like they have such a weird approach.
You know, I
They
feel like
always
if
have
God,
Some of them I'm so just unsure of what the pamphlet
it's probably
is to
just
say.
God because
Just-
he works in strange
God
ways.
damn it. I
And
didn't
so,
see it.
if God's trying to advertise to me, he's probably gonna do it in some way that I gotta figure out. I gotta find some inner strength. to
Yeah, I
figure
don't
out.
think God is using a pamphlet to get his word out by choice. He'd be like, God, I told you not to go with the pamphlets. Like, I told you not to do that.
cheap.
Nobody takes a pamphlet seriously.
No, man, it's cheap and it's flimsy. You can
All
throw it
right,
in the
guys,
trash.
we got about 37 more seconds, so we could maybe do a mini ultimate final topic. Is there anything that you guys have an idea of?
I don't know. I just
How would God communicate to you?
How would God
ultimate final
communicate?
topic? Let's go around in a circle and say
Yeah.
God would.
I
how
think
God-
he would shoot a Nerf gun at me with like a little message on it, you know, and yeah, I think that's it. But it would be a pigeon carrying the Nerf gun.
Oh damn it! That was mine. I was gonna say it was pigeon.
I wanted.
Oh, man.
Ashley, how would God communicate to
A
you?
bright pink pigeon would come and drop a little golden note in my pocket. And I
Golden
find it,
note.
and I know that it had been dropped in my pocket by a pink pigeon. What'd you?
It would have to be in some way that makes me not think I'm crazy. That's just. But also, I feel like God wouldn't be low tech. You know, like he'd be like ahead of the shit. Like God was tweeting years ago. Like we just got on this shit. But I feel like maybe God would like just tweet at me. You know, like direct and shit. Just like
message?
at God. No, I don't even read direct.
At God.
At God.
I wonder if anyone does have
Yeah,
that.
At
just, like,
God.
hits me up.
Somebody
got
has
on
to have
that.
God, like you
And like,
know.
cause it's got to be like on mobile, so I can get it all the time.
And I
you
don't
know, like-
take anything
and,
on
like,
their Twitter seriously.
I'll know when I'm like in a place with no service and I still get the message. Like that's when I'll know it's for real God. Like
Yeah, when you're on the subway.
No notification. You
Yeah.
got the message. Andy.
I feel like God would communicate to me through the magic of Daddy-O Patio in a darkened elevator shaft in Brooklyn, New York with my friends drinking mimosas. I feel it. I feel it right now. It's magical.
Are you there, God?
You gotta
It's
start
me,
a cult.
Mackenzie.
Yeah.
You gotta start a cult. You gotta do it. Make it happen.
Yeah, and that's how I would communicate God to everyone else, I guess. I don't know. I already did start a cult.
I don't
It's
even know
called
what
Daddy-O
this.
Patio.
I don't even know what this ultimate final topic
But-
means anymore.
God certainly wouldn't have a Hotmail. email address.
No.
I mean, Gmail's got
He
mail.
went just to test her rate.
He might have.
That's right.
He might have a
Gmail
Yahoo.
is short for Godmail.
I mean, Google is God in disguise. That shit's like incredible. Like he'll tell you anything you want to know. You just depends on how much you.
It is the
And
collective
ask James is
consciousness.
Satan.
But God don't have an email, and God got no Nerf guns.
Oh my God, poetry.
Hey, God goes by many names, but
We should just email God at gmail.com.
If someone
I
has
wonder
it.
who has that shit.
He ain't responding.
Not to sinners like us. All right.
I love you guys.
Love you. Love
Hey.
everybody.
I love all you guys, and I love everything. And God, I love you.
Make the sound.
This is
of
very
adjournment.
religious. We better not drop on this free elevator.
That would be the best ending,
If
though.
we die,
Make the sound of the elevator dropping.
All right, we're about to get out of this elevator, and oh my God, it's about to drop!
Oh shit. Welcome to the Machu Picchu Hour. Doing some individual recordings for this week's Daddy-O Patio. Pretty excited about this. Gonna start this one off from an email we received from Taylor. It says, Dear Daddy-Os who reside over the earthly patio, I know I am late on this topic, but what is really annoying me is the fucking losers who sit in the cafeteria all day at Merrimack main campus in Kirkwood and do nothing but play Magic the Gathering while shouting obscenities and run around like 5-year-olds at a restaurant, all while playing World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo 3 on their laptops. What? At the same time? All 4 games? Jesus Christ. Seriously, I want to go over to the tables and flip them upside down in the utmost rage I have for these fucks. No one wants to hear your shits about having cards played, how your parents won't make a good job. Grow the fuck up and get the fuck out of the cafeteria. Daddy-Os, I ask for your advice. What should I do? Urinate all over the computers? Snip the power cords? Or just sit down at the table and fart so hard I shit myself? If you guys could please read this on the air and get a listener feedback, that'd be much appreciated. Well, Taylor, gonna have to go on one Daddy-O on this one. I like the farting that you shit yourself. That's a very good idea. Anytime, we're fans of shit. Anytime shit's involved, it's probably gonna end up pretty good. Snipping the power cords would be pretty good as well. Or you should beat them at the own game. You should fucking learn all these games and just totally fucking school them. Take them to town. They'll have nothing else to live for. They'll have to actually get a job and grow up. They'll have to cut their fucking greasy hairs. And stop wearing box dye hair color, too. That shit's terrible. It's much annoying. Well, and you're not there forever, too, so I just totally avoid the cafeteria. Unless there was a restaurant based off of just high school cafeteria food alone. That'd be awesome. Merrimack has some pretty fucking good food. I remember that. So you're probably wondering where all the Daddy-Os are and why we're not all together in the fucking pentagram that we have formed and have etched into our chest, each one of us. You don't see us with our shirts off. You can't catch it. We're top shelf commodities, alright? You can't touch us. You need assistance getting this shit down, alright? Assistance, goddammit. Assistance. No. Lance is eye gouging every postal man that walks down the sidewalk right now in the eyes. He slides up to him and just directly thumbs into the eyeballs. Colin has learned how to sleep upside down, like fucking Dracula, but like with his eyes open, like major pain. It's a real thing. I've seen him do it every other day. Vincent says he's in New Orleans or leaving there, but we don't believe him. I don't believe him. He's a fucking liar. But he's the best type of liar. The liar that'll always be there for you. Andy is probably in the drug room, shaking hands with Satan himself. Showing him new secret handshakes, man. And I'm just sitting right here, stuck in a sheet of ice. It's like an igloo everywhere, all the time right now. I don't know if you guys had to see that shitty fucking, that ice storm last night that happened, meaning Saturday night. In case you're wondering what day or why we're recording this right now. I got off work at like 3-ish, and then I immediately hit the G-pin, but it was stuck, and I thought it was broken, so I just sat there roasting it, and got the biggest hit, instantly stoned, walked out. Actually, I didn't walk, I fucking skated to my car, which was like a block and a half down, on a sheet of ice. Like, I slid there like a penguin, and popped up right in front of my car. My car was surrounded in ice, so I had to sit in there and let it defrost for a little bit, which took like 45 minutes, but my fucking gas was on E. So I was worried about my car getting running out of gas, and I'd be like just stuck there forever, like, and fucking die in the downtown St. Louis. So I had to wait there and like let the ice melt, and eventually, like, I didn't have an ice scraper. I survived this whole winter with no ice scraper, which is probably like the worst decision I've made, but I made it, so I had to stick with it, and I survived all winter with it. So I took an empty cigarette box, went out there and just started like jagging all this ice off. It took so long, but it worked, and I couldn't even fucking believe it. It was like one of the highlights of my night last night. That was so sick. It's that whole greasy elbow scenario, you know? Put that elbow grease in there, fucking pump off that ice, yeah, you know what I mean? Pour it right off, carve it up all nice, right? Carves it. Dude, since this is my house, I figured I'd just play whatever I wanted to. I've been really into this shit lately, it's so sick. And now it's like a radio station wherever you're listening to this too, so you're welcome. Dude, so fucking last Friday night, we got to go skate all day because it was like super nice. It was like 55 and it was awesome. And I came home and like made some like burritos out of raw veggies, which, if you didn't know, I've lived in this apartment since like November and have not had a stove working. I've got a toaster oven, but I've just been making like raw veggie burritos, and they're so good. So I ate one of those, and then it was like 10:30, and my buddy was like, "Hey, come over to my house in Kirkwood. You know, my parents are at home. Like, I'm kind of looking over. Let's just like hang out. I'm gonna have some friends over." I was like, "Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome." So I get in my car, and then I hit 44. And then going to, right before Big Ben, there was like a huge traffic jam. It was like 45 minutes of fucking wait. It was ridiculous. So I cracked a beer open like anybody would, and I sat there on 44 drinking beers. And we end up going, and then I get on the street, and then I see like all the homies' cars like kind of parked out in front of this one house, but then I see like more cars down the street. So I park down there, and then I see this like little walkway and like a bunch of people out in front of this garage. So I walk over there, I'm like, "What's up?" And everybody's in like fraternity stuff, like zooted out, North Face, like totally into like what they're doing, and like had a great time. They started passing me a blunt, we started hanging out, laughing. I told them the traffic story, and they thought that was crazy. And then like I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go find Brian," and they're like kind of looking at me like I'm half retarded or something. So I I walk in the house and I run into this dude with the wheelchair, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." So we start conversing and like laughing, and I tell him the traffic story too, just because it was ridiculous. At 11:30 at night, there should not be that traffic. So we're all laughing. I go in the kitchen. I'm like, "What's up, guys? How we doing?" I'm like, "What's up?" And then everyone turns around, and nobody is anybody I've known. I was at this party for like 30 to 40 minutes before I realized it was wrong house. It was the wrong house. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing, and I couldn't stop sharing bushes too. That was my mistake, so everybody joined in on that one. But I did find the right house. But I should have probably went over to that other party again too, because they were really nice. Good company brings good vibes. Dude, if you ever get a chance, go on Wikipedia and look up Vladimir Putin. He's got a section about himself called Outdoorsliness, singing, painting songs about him, brands, and Putinism. And there's a picture of him running away from a fucking bus being blown up in karate gear. It is fantastic, man. They make him out to be like the James Bond of Russia. He could be the James Bond of Russia. I'm not sure. I don't live in Russia. Anymore, at least. But say on the off chance we have some people from the Ukraine listening in, keep your heads up. You guys are killing it. And I think we're done. Woo!